Have you ever had one of those days where like one bad thing after the other starts happening to you and it's this snowball effect and you can't stop it? I had one of those days yesterday. And even having the tools that I know can stop the momentum, I still kind of like got pulled in to that snowball effect. And basically, by the end of the day, I was exhausted and ready for the day to be over with. I mean, it was like I woke up and I couldn't get any internet. I couldn't get, this class I was taking was buffering. The video was buffering and I just felt stuck, right? Like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, breathe through this and moving on to something else that maybe I can accomplish, So, because I have my list every day of things that I'm going to accomplish for the day. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to put this on hold and moving on to the next thing. And then the next thing, it was the same thing where it was like super frustrating. And I felt stuck again. And then on top of it, I had this bully of a person in my life pulled me into some drama where again, it was the momentum of it. Like it just kept going, and I caved. I got pulled in and it took me a while to figure out it, after, taking out on several people in my life, because I realized that it was all fear, right? It had triggered some things in me where in different situations in my life where I felt stuck, and powerless, right? So once I finally got to the root of what I was feeling in all of those scenarios, then I could begin the process of saying, okay, I'm going to forgive myself here for getting pulled in to this momentum that I feel very much like we can create a momentum. Like we can stop it and we can start to step into a different emotion, which will stop the momentum, or we can get pulled into it. And that's what I got pulled into. And, it's when that happens to us, we have to learn to recognize what it is that we're feeling and then forgive ourselves for it. We have to say it out loud, and that's what I did. I just wanted the day to end. Luckily, I have somebody in my life that was able to recognize it as well and be able to say, all right, good for you. You handled this way differently and better than you would have even 6 months ago. So kudos to you. I had a little cheerleader helping me through it, but also helping me recognize that we all have those days, and that it's part of the healing journey, right? Some days I have those days where I feel like, man, like I nailed that. And then I have those days where I get so disappointed in myself because I thought I was a little further along in my healing than I obviously am. And that's okay, because you know what? Healing is not linear. It's up and down, right? We're going to have days where we feel like we're moving forward, and we're going to have days where we feel stuck, and we're going to have days where we feel like I really screwed that one up. So I think that recognizing that and saying, you know what, I'm going to let myself off the hook here because I'm only human. And am I better today than I was 6 months ago? Abso-freaking-lutely. And so I woke up today with a whole different emotion towards myself. I let myself off the hook a little bit. I realized that within those moments of frustration and powerlessness, that if we can find glimpses of gratitude, appreciation, and self-forgiveness, then we're on the right track.